I ruined a wedding because the bride told everyone I was a homewrecker in love with the groom. I met Barrett my sophomore year of college, and he was an attractive guy, so we ended up hooking up a few times. It was fun, but we clearly didn't like each other, so we stopped. I would occasionally see him at parties, and one party in particular. I introduced my childhood best friend Bella to him. It was love at first sight for her. She interrogated me about him, and I informed her of our history. She was upset, but I assured her that we didn't like each other and she could pursue him. She did, and they started dating months later. Bella was over the moon and so in love with Barrett, and I couldn't help but silently take credit that I found my best friend her soulmate. Bella and Barrett ended up moving together in my hometown, and last Christmas, Barrett proposed. We were all thrilled for them, and Bella wanted to talk about nothing but wedding planning that holiday, and we had tons of fun brainstorming ideas together. There were no signs of what was to come. Bella kept mentioning that I would be her maid of honor, and I was so thrilled to be formally asked. Except that never happened. She kept denying my calls, and I barely heard from her for months. Eventually, I received a save the date in the mail, but had no idea if I was in the wedding party. I kept calling and finally got a hold of her. Though I was disappointed to learn that because I lived far away, she thought it would be best if her cousin was her maid of honor, and that I wasn't included in the wedding party. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I told her I was willing to take days off work, buy a plane ticket, and that my parents would let me stay with them. Just anything to be part of my best friend's wedding. She said she couldn't go back on her word with her cousin, though that's exactly what she had done with me. The next few months passed by, and I saw on social media that she had an engagement party that she had not told me about or invited me to. 6 weeks prior to the wedding, I got a call from Bella telling me that one of her bridesmaids had dropped out and she wanted me to fill in. I gladly accepted, and she told me the bridesmaids and groomsmen were wearing white, and she and the groom were wearing black. This didn't seem that strange to me since Bella has always liked to stand out. I had a white slip dress already, so I sent her a picture of it on the call to see if it would work. She said yes and sent a thumbs up in chat. On the day of the wedding, I arrived in sweats with my dress in a bag. I greeted everyone, then we drank champagne before getting ready. This was the closest I've felt to Bella in months, and I was having a lot of fun. About 2 hours prior to the ceremony, Bella told everybody to get our dresses on so we could take pictures. I went to change, but when I came back, all the bridesmaids were wearing a blue dress. I was the only one in white. My stomach dropped. I was so sure Bella had told me white. There was no way I could confuse white for blue. I nearly vomited from the stares I was getting. Then I realized this was a setup. Bella was in the middle of the room in a bathrobe with a resigned look on her face. She said to her cousin, "I told you she was going to do something like this." Her cousin asked what I was wearing, and I mumbled that Bella had told me to wear white. Bella huffed out a laugh. She said how I just had to make today all about me. Her cousin then went off on me about how I was jealous, in love with Barrett, and how completely unhinged I was. I looked to Bella for support, and she said, "I think we both know that this is the end of our friendship. I've given you too many chances. It's time for you to go." I just fled and had no idea what was going on. Though it wasn't until I talked to my mom about everything that I learned Bella had been building a fiction with nearly everyone in my life that I am mentally unstable and madly in love with Barrett. According to Bella, I told her that she needs to choose between me and Barrett. I told her I couldn't be in the wedding party because I couldn't support her marriage given that Barrett was meant for me. She said I had a major meltdown before the engagement party, and that's why I wasn't there. In all of these stories, Bella has painted herself as the patient, long-suffering friend trying to deal with a friend clearly in love with her groom, and everyone thinks she's telling the truth. I literally have no idea how to get people to believe me that none of this is true.